For the longest time, monotheism was a crapshoot in ancient Israel. As soon as the people of Israel found the golden calf, they danced around it in religious frenzy. It took a long time until one of the gods became the one God. More after this. The main source for the theology of the Israelites is the Hebrew Bible. It's a collection of texts that are compiled in the Babylonian exile and that are read, cited and interpreted not only by Jesus Christ but also by the early church before a distinctive Christian New Testament develops that focuses on Jesus. At Jesus' time, the Jews are monotheists. They worship one God in a world that is dominated by the worship of many gods. Jewish monotheism developed over centuries, and it may have taken until the time of the Maccabbeans in the 2nd century BC that monotheism became the norm. An excavation on the Sinai unearthed an image from the 8th or 9th century BC. The image shows Yahweh, which is the name of the God of Israel, and it also shows his wife. The inscription reads, Yahweh and his Asherah. And Asherah is a queen consort and a mother goddess. Israelite history is a history of apostasy. Nothing is so prevalent in the Hebrew Bible than God's anger about the people worshipping other gods. They dance around the golden calf and they practice child sacrifice. The Hebrew Bible describes that particular nasty kind of apostasy as having children pass through fire. It is a custom of the whole region to sacrifice firstborn male children to the god Molech. And in Gehenna, a small valley in Jerusalem, the Israelites do the same. Commoners and kings alike throw their firstborn male children in a fire that burns inside a hollowed-out cult statue of the god Molech. Later, the place that is today called the Wadi Hinnom was thought to be cursed. Refuse was burned there, and also the unclaimed bodies of criminals and of poor people. When we read the word hell in the English translation of the New Testament, the original Greek reads, with one exception, Gehenna. The exception reads Tartarus, a location of Greek mythology. The fiery place of condemnation that we associate with the word hell is in fact not in the Greek. The central story of the Hebrew Bible is the Exodus. After a famine, the Israelites move to Egypt where they are enslaved. Through Moses, God liberates the people from slavery and leads them back to the promised land. There is no archaeological evidence for the Exodus, but that does not diminish the singular importance of the story. On their way out of Egypt on Mount Sinai, Moses receives the 10 Commandments. And the first commandment reads, "You shall have no other gods beside me." It does not exactly say that no other gods exist, but it portrays the God of Israel as a prime God who demands exclusive worship. The relationship of God and the Israelites is built on their obligation to follow the law. The Hebrew Bible has an expansive law codex which includes all aspects of life. Those laws prescribe not what to believe, but what to do. And whenever the Israelites fail to do what the law requires, God gets angry and seeks revenge. Individuals are punished through sickness and misfortune, and the community is punished through conquest by foreign armies. When the Israelites have suffered enough, then God raises up a hero who defeats the foe militarily and liberates the people. At the time of Jesus, the Romans occupy the land. They are seen as agents of God's wrath. John the Baptist calls the people to repent and to return to lives that follow the law. Pharisees and Sadducees, Essenes, and many other groups try to follow the law to the letter. They hope that their full compliance with the law will cause God to send the Messiah. The Messiah will defeat the Romans militarily and throw them out of the country. In no shape or form does Jesus Christ conform with the messianic expectations of the time. Instead of the victorious general, the people get an itinerant preacher who dies on the cross of the oppressor. And the result is that not all people believe that Jesus is the promised Messiah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I see you in the next video.